All right, what's up, Team Jellyfish? All right, 3 guitar licks. This is a brand new playlist. Cool guitar licks, cool guitar riffs. We're gonna do 3 out of this pentatonic shape, okay? Now, I haven't made chord charts for this yet, but I will. But again, I want you to take my basic framework and make it your own. So we're gonna do 3 killer licks that are all gonna happen inside of that shape that we all know. The 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4. Play with the pick, play with your fingers. I'm gonna use the pick today, all right? Now we have to have some context. We're gonna do a C, G, and A minor chord progression, all right? In a minute, I'm gonna turn on the looper. I'm gonna play over the loop so you can hear that. But if you're playing by yourself, here's the basic idea, all right? So here's lick number 1, which involves skipping strings, all right? So I'm gonna kind of explain. I'll get to the chord charts later. As this series develops, it'll get better and better. But drop comments, let me know what you want, okay? So first fret, first finger on the 5th fret. 5th fret, okay, on the high E. We're gonna skip the B string, we're gonna go to the 7th fret on the G. So you see skipping it. We're playing this all right out of this pentatonic shape. I want you to think like a vocalist, or maybe a horn player or something. Now we're gonna go to the 5th fret on the B, but we're gonna skip the G and go to the 7th fret of the D. So, and I hit a lot of shanks on this, but I don't drop the rhythm. That's another benefit of this, is it just builds that internal rhythm. So, from the beginning. Okay? And then to finish it off, we're gonna go to the 5th fret on the G, we're gonna skip the D and go to the 7th fret on the A. So it's real slow. It's almost hard for me to do slow, right? You can actually take it up an octave. And that's good because it forces you to use these 2 fingers because the frets are much closer together. So again, okay, so in the context of the progression, just real slow, like C, G, to the A. See? So just get that one. That's lick number 1. You can make up your own variations of that, but it sounds really cool. All right. Okay, here comes lick number 2. So bear with me, because I'm gonna have to learn how to explain this since this is video 1 in this, but we'll get it. So we're gonna do slides. We're not gonna do any hammer-ons or pull-offs, but there's still a little bit of technical part in this. So we're gonna take our 3rd finger and we're gonna slide into the 7th fret on the D string. And then we're gonna take our 1st finger and hit the 5th fret on the G, and then the 7th fret on the G with our 3rd finger, and then we're gonna lift up and pick the string like that. Okay? Yeah, so after we hit this little muted string, we hit the 5th fret with the B. So it's this 1, 2, okay, right after we hit, here's the tricky part. Right after we hit with our 1st finger on the B string, we immediately slide up to the 8th fret, like that. Okay, and we slide right back down. So it's like 1, 2. So after we slide back down to the 5th fret, and then we play our 3rd fret on the G like that. So again, put this on a slower speed and speed it. So real slow. So this is where a lot of the muting and the left-right hand syncopation comes in. It's really important. So if I were to put it in the context of playing by myself, and of course the tempo is going to really affect that. All right, so that was lick number 2. And that was a little bit trickier, but again, just try and get one tempo. These are very rhythmic too. So that's another great thing about licks. We're not just noodling in the pentatonic, but we're structurally putting together a framework with some riffs, some cool things you can take to any key, or maybe you can add your own little twist to them, all right? So here's the last one. This one's one of my favorites. This one's a little harder without the context of the mixed going on underneath. So we'll get to that loop in a minute. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the G string on the 7th fret, and we're gonna try and almost like the train's gonna come off the tracks, right? So we're gonna bend the string like this, We're gonna pick it, bend it. I like to bend it down. You can bend it up. I just like the mojo or vibe it adds if you bend it down. So we're gonna go, so it's like, bend it, pull it down, pick it once. I'm not even picking it again. You can if you want, and then I let it come back up, and then I pull off to the, and pull off, and then I hit the 7th fret on the D. So it's like this. Just, the only strings involved are the G and D. So it's, okay. Now this one I'm probably gonna do over the loop when the first chord, the C hits. So, because I like to hold that bend for a long time. This one's super great for your ear training because one of the biggest ways I can hear and all the advanced players know when someone's novice is they don't know how to keep their bends on the edge of sounding like out of tune, or they can make it a little out of tune but still make it like musical. So like, so now I did pick it that time a few times. All right, so those are the 3 licks. So practice the string skipping. Try and do it an octave higher too. All right, you can go back and forth. Then I want you to do this one where it's just the slides. Now, if you do a variation of that, that's okay. I'm just trying to give you some bits and pieces that you can pull apart and reverse engineer into your own style, your own sound, and that's all that is. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn on the looper, and I'm gonna play over just these root notes, right? And then I'm gonna kind of demonstrate how to do that, okay? And you guys let me know how I can make this kind of videos better. This is my first crack at this style of video, but I think we can make this super cool, and I'd love to hear your guys' ideas, so drop in the comments what you come up with, all right? So let me turn on the looper. We're gonna do that. I'll do all 3 licks over the looper. We'll wrap this up, and then we'll just keep building out this playlist and having fun, all right? Here we go. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. So I'm gonna play a loop. We got C to G to A. You can record this in your phone. I'll do the first lick right here. C, G to the 2nd lick. And then the 3rd lick. I'll do it over the C. I'm gonna hold the bend for watch. Here we go. Okay? All right, so let's just not keep you, but practice those 3 licks, see what kind of variations you can come up with. You can move them to any key you want. I just thought, let's just stay in C, G, stay in the A minor pentatonic, but see what variations you can come up with, all right? So again, you've got the string skipping, and then you've got that one's really cool because the slides are very rhythmic. It's like, and then you've got the bends where the train's almost falling off the tracks, but your ear is what's gonna keep the train on the track. Okay? So give it a go. Let me know what you think of this series. Hit that like button. Share this to as many people as we can. Subscribe if you're new. Community's growing fast. Drop jellyfish. Drop your favorite sea creatures. Drop where you're watching this from in the comments. All right? So here at the end, I'm going to link you to a Music Theory Monday series I'm doing. I just did the 9th one yesterday. Yep. And that's going to kind of connect all the dots for you with the music theory. And then also here is a link to a video I did on all 12 major triads on all 4 string sets. Watch it, grab all the chord charts. It'll make perfect sense, and you're on your way. You will be unstoppable. Your playing will be skyrocketing, all right? See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.